Hello, namaste and welcome to HRX yet again, and today we have come back again with a great topic to cover. It's actually an Instagram trend which is doing rounds, and I may have my own commentary on that. It's this trend called what do you eat in a day? My take on this, एक मिनट रुक जाइए मैं बताती हूँ. It may not be what you're actually expecting, but it may sort of help you put things into perspective. जो मैं खाती हूँ वो आप नहीं खा सकते, बिकॉज जो मेरी बॉडी टाइप है वो आपकी बॉडी टाइप नहीं है. जो मेरा सिस्टम है वो आपका सिस्टम नहीं है. तो जो मैं खाती हूँ वो आप कैसे खा सकते हो? आई मीन दैट्स द क्वांटिटी दैट वी आर गोइंग टू सॉल्व टुडे, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड why eating in a day or following someone in terms of what they eat in a day doesn't work for you. Rather, how can you chance upon your sweet spot for what you should be eating in a day? So here you go. So I follow somewhat of a variation of IF, but it's not really IF. I call it time regulated eating or TRE. IF works for some people, IF doesn't work for most people, because the way the principles of IF are explained, they say that wake up and have a glass of water, or you may have black coffee. Now there's a reason why black coffee works for me and it may not work for you, and it may end up giving you a lot of acidity, is because I do not drink black coffee straight, which means I do not do strict IF. I do a time regulated eating, and I'll explain what it is. What I do the first thing in the morning is have a spoon of ghee, followed up with 7 almonds and 2 walnuts, and then I consume my coffee. The way it helps is basically after waking up, after several hours of fasting, typically around 12 to 14 hours of fasting, my stomach lining is usually very, very sensitive. And I do not put anything acidic into the system the first thing in the morning. What I do is I line it up with some good fat, which is ghee and almonds and walnut, and then I put in the coffee, which doesn't make my system acidic suddenly. So now you understand why it's not strict IF, because I do consume a mini meal in the morning which is calorie dense, high on good fats, and then I have my coffee. So it's not IF, but a variation of IF, which is time regulated eating. That is, I eat at an interval of 6 to 8 hours or maybe more, which means I eat only when I feel hungry, and if there is no need to eat a certain meal akin to breakfast, I'm okay to not eat, because my first meal is laden with good fat and of course calorie dense, which keeps me going till usually 12:30 to 1:30. So like I said, I don't feel the need to have breakfast, and for some people it's the most popular meal. They like to have breakfast because they start to feel hungry by, let's say, 9:30. My suggestion is do not emulate what somebody like me may be coming in with, because my body type is different. But if you wake up hungry, it really means that your metabolism is nicely revved up and you have digested all that you consumed the previous night. Go in for that breakfast, but yet again keep that breakfast healthy and balanced, which means have a good protein component in the breakfast. Have lots of fruits if possible, which will take care of your sugar need through fructose. Add in some dairy if you like, and make it a balanced meal. What you definitely shouldn't have for breakfast is different varieties of packaged food available to us, which the food industry sells to us in the name of healthy breakfast. Clearly, I don't think any of this is healthy, because that is sodium packed and has been on the shelves for months and months. That doesn't qualify as a great breakfast option for me. Even though you couple it with milk or yogurt, it just takes away the joy and goodness of breakfast. So don't do packaged food for breakfast. Have a paratha, poha, idli, upma. Have a hot and freshly cooked meal from home, or fruits, or a good intake of protein along with some sweet component which takes you through your sugar cravings during the day. So since I don't eat breakfast, I jump straight into my lunch, which happens at around 1:30 to 2 o'clock, which means in the morning, after having eaten that calorie dense, fat rich diet, small little mini meal at 8 o'clock, I eat straight at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And this meal for me is usually about 3 eggs, a bowl of sprouts, and some veggie or dal which is cooked at home. And if I'm still hungry, which means if I still need to fill myself up further, I prefer a bowl of rice over chapatis, because chapatis do not work for my system. Yet again, please, if you are somebody who depends on carbs during the day, maybe try substituting your chapati with a bajra roti or a jawar roti, or have a bowl of white rice, plain white rice, guys. Don't go for fancy variations like a brown rice, quinoa, etc., etc. What we have grown up on eating is absolutely what you should continue eating. So switch back to millet-based rotis or a bowl of rice, dal, chawal, sabzi. Make sure you have some salad. Make sure you have some protein, either coming in from vegetarian sources or non-vegetarian sources, and that's a great balanced lunch. So now, since I eat my lunch really late in the day, which is at about 2:30, I don't really feel the need to have a mid-meal snack. The 5:30 p.m. hunger doesn't really occur to me, but in case it comes on any given day, then I actually have 4 spoons full of sattu. Guys, are good old sattu with a little bit of black salt and some bhuna hua jeera. Now, the benefits of sattu is that it is almost equivalent to whey protein. It's one of the purest vegetarian sources of protein, and it makes you equally lean and ripped as does whey. So I don't consume any whey or anything which is packaged, but let's say for that 5:30 mid-meal snack craving, I either do sattu or I do a juice, which typically is amla, adrak, haldi, or I have a bowl of makhana, which is roasted in ghee. So that's my snack on days when I'm really hungry. Otherwise, on most days, I'm very, very happy to skip the snack and jump straight into dinner, which is at 7:30. 7:30 dinner is usually a steak, a fish steak. I'm a non-vegetarian, sorry, but if you're a vegetarian, I'll give you options in vegetarian too. I have a fish steak or a chicken steak or some form of chicken with a lot of vegetables on the side. The days when I don't end up cooking for myself, the non-vegetarian, I have a bowl of dal and I have a bowl of vegetables, and that's good enough. Sometimes even fried eggs are good or boiled eggs are good. Essentially, what I try doing is ensuring that it's rich in protein and roughage, especially the last meal of the day. Along with it, the 2 very important points to remember is hydration. Now, for me, I actually end up drinking about 6 to 7 liters of water because I run every day and I work out almost every day. But I find some people actually struggling beyond 2 liters in a day. Push yourself in that department. Ensure you can up your hydration from 2 liters and take it to 4 liters at least if possible, because that has great benefits. That keeps your gut very healthy, keeps your motions really, really smooth, doesn't make you constipated, great for your skin, hair, overall health, and also keeps you energetic. And the second important point is the hot beverage intake or the cold beverage intake, whatever you are accustomed to. A lot of people like to have hot beverages. Some people are big fans of green tea. Some people like their tea hot and sweetened with milk. Some people like it like the coffee. I am an avid coffee drinker, and I usually restrict my coffee intake to 2 cups in a day, because please remember, guys, all these hot beverages are antidiuretics, which means if you take up your hot beverage intake, that is if you're having more than 2 cups of any of these, then you have to increase your water intake proportionately, because these beverages dehydrate you, which means it drains your body of water. So have more water if you're going up in terms of, let's say, green tea consumption beyond 2 or 3 cups in a day. Have an extra liter to offset it. And lastly, I know I promised that I'll share some vegetarian options for dinner. So sattu ki roti along with any vegetable, a good dish made up of paneer, something which has cheese in it, or even lentils like rajma, gram, sometimes chickpeas. So all these can be used as good sources of vegetarian protein. If you can incorporate these for your night meal, either tossed in a salad or just cooked like a curry or with gravy, it's a very great option. Avoid roti, up your sabzi and dal intake at night. So with this, I'm going to conclude the what I eat in a day segment. I hope what I have shared helps you, but please remember that please don't go blindly emulating anyone about what they eat, because what they eat is a direct derivative of the amount of calories you're capable of burning in a day, the kind of active lifestyle you live or a sedentary lifestyle you live, also your activity level in terms of if you need to walk around, sit in front of the computer, laptop all through the day, or if you have children. It really actually depends on how you conduct yourself through the day. So don't just blindly emulate anyone. Try to find your sweet spot. Try finding through research, through consultation, with the help of an expert, what works for you, and stick to it. Follow it with discipline. Do not give up on the consistency, because consistency is key. So here you go, keep going with HRX. Anything specific that you want to hear back from us on, do write into us. Tell us what would you like us to cover further. We are always happy to share information on fitness, nutrition and wellness with all our followers. Wishing you a great day. Have a good time and stay safe. Thank you so much.